Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about tilting and how to tilt less. This information is relevant for any game, but it's even more important for TFT players. It's a shorter video than usual, but we will cover what tilting is, the consequences of tilting, and how to manage tilt in-game. Tilting is a mixture of 4 different emotions: anger, frustration, sadness, and fear. You either feel these emotions towards yourself, a teammate, or the game itself. TFT can be an incredibly stressful and tilting game at times. This is because the game has variance, which means that the units and the items you find will be different from game to game. Sometimes you will have the biggest high roll of your life, and sometimes you have the most unlucky game you've ever had before. Everyone has had a game where you get dropped 5 belts and the game hides all the units you need. You can't hit anything, and your items are trash, so you start to feel anger. You're angry at the game because it gives you bad RNG, and then you get frustrated at yourself because now you're playing bad as the only thing you're focusing on is the terrible luck you're having. Then you start feeling fear, the fear of demoting from Diamond to Platinum after working so hard to get there. Then you start feeling sad about all the hard work going down the drain, and the fact that you might be hard stuck plat from now until the end of time. Tilting is the feeling of losing something that you feel you should not have lost. You feel like the game is stealing your own personal LP, the LP you worked so hard on getting. When you get tilted, you're unfocused. You get stuck up on the fact that the bad luck is the only thing that is stopping you from climbing, so you queue up again to once again claim what is yours. But when you're tilted, your mind is not focused. It is distracted by emotions and bad thoughts. You play bad when tilted, obviously. In my opinion, you play so bad when you're tilted that it's the equivalent of dropping down an entire division. The common denominator in all my games where I go 8th place is that I either got insanely unlucky, or I just get a bit unlucky and lose all focus. I get a little tilted and start missing out on units that I can play, potential pivots I can make, and flexible items that I can make. When you're tilted, you aren't even playing the game. You're just on autopilot while your brain is focused on the bad RNG and corrupted by the 4 emotions mentioned earlier. If you feel like you're tilted, there are 2 things you can do. Option 1. Switch to a Smurf account and play on that instead. Here you don't have the pressure of playing for your LP. This account is usually a lower ranked account, so you can get away with more mistakes, and you also get to beat up some noobs. Option 2. Go for a walk to clear your mind. This is something I do when I am so tilted that I feel like throwing my monitor out the window. This helps you get some fresh air, and you get into a different environment that helps your brain focus on other things. Both option 1 and 2 won't help you when you're in-game, so now let's get into the most important part: how to manage tilt when in-game. As soon as you make a big mistake, or you get really bad RNG, register that feeling and accept the fact that you're getting frustrated. Allow yourself to be frustrated for a little bit. Scream, "Fuck, I am so dumb, why did I sell that unit?" After you've vented, come back to the present moment. Notice how you're feeling. Then you have a choice, to either stay tilted or to refocus. You have more power over this than you think. Take a deep breath and decide right now. Do you want to be pissed off and keep thinking about bad RNG, or do you want to be focused and engaged in the game? Here's an example from one of my own games where I make a silly mistake that puts me on tilt. Always level and play. Oh my god, I just rolled. As you can see, I accidentally pressed D instead of F. This is a very minor mistake I made, but it was still such a stupid mistake that it put me on tilt. After I leveled and put in graves, I had to walk around my room for about 10 to 15 seconds. I took some deep breaths and told myself that I know I just lost a bunch of gold by rolling there, but I'm still in a very good spot. I need to focus. If I start tilting, I might throw this game, and we're here to win. Don't worry about what you've done previously in the game, live in the present and focus on the game. You can't change what you've done in the previous rounds, but you can change what you will do in the future rounds. Now this might not work all the time, but the more you practice this and get fucked over, the more you get used to it. After the game gives you 5 belts for the 100th time, you've been there before, and you know what to do. You also can't go into every single game expecting to hit. Sometimes you will low roll, and sometimes you will high roll. I like to say that TFT is a mixture of chess and poker. And in poker there is a lot of variance. You could make correct plays and still get punished. For example, if you go all in pre-flop with pocket aces, you have an 82% chance of winning overall. If somebody calls you with a worse hand like pocket kings, you all-inning was the correct play, even though you lose the hand 18% of the time. And the same thing goes for TFT. If you roll 50 gold at level 8 expecting to find at least one I rarely a Jinx or Jin, you made the correct play regardless if you find them or not. Mathematically, you will find 2 to 3 of each when you roll down that amount at level 8. So if you don't find any of them, acknowledge that you made the correct play and got unlucky. Then be upset for a couple of seconds about getting fucked over by the game, then come back to the present to refocus and stick to your game plan. Thank you for watching the video. If you learned something, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I also want to thank you all for 3,000 subscribers. This channel is continuing to grow and I'm forever grateful for your support. I do coaching, so if you want to get coached, contact Maskoff #8483 on Discord. Take care and see you in the next video.